It's that time of the year. It's time to start decorating for Halloween. Now for 3 years in a row, I've always made a video of me decorating for Halloween because I just love the season of Halloween. I love horror movies and I love the decorations of Halloween. So I always just love decorating behind me. And this year, I made sure that this will be my biggest year yet because I have done it 3 years in a row. So I don't want to reuse any decorations from before and want to do 100% newer stuff. And that's exactly what I did because I've been buying decorations and have probably spent the most money on decorations so far just to make this the best it's been so far. I've always wanted to top every single year and I think I did it this year. Other years I feel like I was just reusing the same thing over and over again and I really wanted to change it this year and I think I did it. So without further ado, let's take down all my stuff and start decorating. Now I gotta say, when I ordered this thing, I thought it was gonna be a lot bigger, like some of the other stuff I got, which you will see eventually. But I was expecting this to be a big life-size scale of how Jigsaw actually looks in the movie. Instead, he's 12 inches in a box like this. I have not opened it yet. I have no idea how it looks. Hope it looks good. But since now I know how big he is compared to what I was actually expecting, I think this one actually works better in my favor than what I was originally going for. For this thing being $100, I was just expecting more and I was expecting it to be bigger, but if this thing is detailed, it can still work. You know what? This size actually works great for what I'm going for, so glad it worked out that way.
One eternity later.
We have Jigsaw, we have the bike. I spent 15 minutes trying to open that package. It's all finally out. Let's set this thing up.
Do you want to play a game?
Okay, now setting this thing up. It is the perfect size for what I wanted it for. But first, before I forget again, blue is not the horror season, red is. The first item over here is going to be Chucky.
One eternity later.
Here is Chucky. Let me grab the other one. And since the final Conjuring film comes out this year, I figured we probably need Annabelle in there somewhere. She has that creepy look and that's exactly what I'm going for. And since The Conjuring's out, like I said, I want her to be one of the main pieces of this background. But before I forget, Chucky's knife. I want him to be holding this so he does look a bit more creepier because compared to Annabelle, he looks sweet. So I figured just a small little detail will really build to that doll. Now I know this is a fake knife and it's made for costumes, but this feels extremely sharp. I don't really think if a kid ever finds this and they're dressing up as Chucky for Halloween, that they should be swinging this at anyone because it is pretty sharp and is hurting when I do this. Not as sharp as a real knife, but it does still feel pretty sharp and I'm surprised it actually feels like that. The one thing I did buy from Walmart is the Ghostface Scarecrow. Now you might be wondering, a scarecrow? That's random, but when I saw this, I had a plan for it. Okay, I think I found his face. Well, okay. This thing is huge. This is definitely significantly bigger than I was expecting it to be. But for my purposes, I think it will work perfectly right in the spot where I want it. But overall, Ghostface, it may not be perfect. Like I said, I'll adjust it off camera. But it turned out pretty good. Now, one thing is important to note, that my light that says the Color Man movie on it, I can't show that anymore because the lighting is blocked by Ghostface and the only way he stays there is if a sign is put right there. So either I can't have that right there or I'm gonna have to move the sign, which is perfect because the next item I have actually goes along with that. So last year I bought a sign on Amazon. Here it is. Pretty small, right? Well, that's why we're not using that anymore. This time I actually bought the real thing from Spirit Halloween. As you can see, 10 times better than that piece of junk I just showed you. But that does sadly mean I can't use my Dakota Man movie sign. It will come back in 2 months, but I do like the red on that sign. But I can say that yellow does pop a bit more. Now behind me still looks significantly empty. I will come back to this, but first I'm going to circle over here and hang up this banner that I use every single year. It just pops every single time I put it up, and it just has all the horror icons on it, so I just have to put it up every single year. Now with that done, let's go over to the shelves. Every year I always put caution tape over the shelves because to me, that really popped and it seemed like the correct thing to do. Well, this year, I'm trying to change it up as much as possible. And to me, the caution tape just had too much open space there too. Yes, it did look cool, but on camera, there was too much open space. So I figured to change it up this year and put this over it as like a border around the shelves, so the parts on camera are actually covered up. And since Ghostface is right there, I feel like it'll kind of act like he's covering up the whole shelf. We'll see though. And over here, I normally have a poster, so it's not just one big white wall. And I figured just to use the Friday the 13th poster I use every single year. Yes, I use it repeatedly, but it's red, it's black, it kind of just matches the vibe and reflects really well into the camera. So, let's put it up. And it's only half seen on screen, so it's just this nice little poster I could use to fill in half the gap and still leave room for the two main stuff. And since we have Annabelle, we might as well have a poster that goes along with the Conjuring theme. That's why we have the Nun. Last but not least, I was able to get the collection of Chucky films on 4K, and the first 3 movies come with a poster. So I figured to grab none other than the most iconic one and display it. And with that, this is what the next 2 months are gonna look like for the horror movie season. Let me know your thoughts down below, what you thought about it. I might move a few things around to make it look better on camera once I actually see the footage and how it turned out behind me. But this is essentially the look. But if you're new here, I'm trying to reach 1K by the end of the year, so consider subscribing. But with that, thanks for watching. If you like this video, maybe leave those on the side with you too. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.